Hey, what's up YouTube? Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Plex to use with your new Apple TV. A lot of what is covered here can actually be used and applied to other devices like Amazon Fire TV, Xbox One, or PlayStation 4, but specifically this is a follow-up video to my Apple TV review. This is going to be a longer video, but I will include chapter jumps allowing you to skip right to the setup if you don't want an explanation of what Plex is. Plex is a home media server that allows you to watch your movies, TV shows, and even listen to your music from your computer to your TVs, tablets, smartphones, and even other computers. A common question I hear is why someone would want Plex over something as simple as, let's say, iTunes and its home sharing. With your new Apple TV, you can easily pull up your entire iTunes library onto your television just by simply signing into the same Apple ID and enabling home sharing on that computer. Super simple, right? So why use anything other than iTunes with your Apple TV? What makes Plex so great? Let's break it down real quick. More file support. One of the most popular video containers out there is the Matroska Multimedia Container, more widely known as .mkv. iTunes does not support this file format. Why this format is so popular is an entire video in and of itself, so I will just say it can hold much more as far as audio and video options. It's available on more devices. iTunes home sharing is limited to Macs and PCs running iTunes, Apple TVs, and iOS devices. What if you happen to have a PS4 in one room? You won't be able to access your iTunes library from that, so in other words, Plex is available on more top-box devices. Metadata scraping. It does a lot of the work for you when it comes to fetching cover art, subtitles, actor information, ratings, etc. It references websites like Movie Database and the TV Database, saving you a lot of work just to make your entire library look good. Remote access. Plex allows you to access your video collection away from home. iTunes only allows you to access the content you've purchased from Apple iTunes Store directly. But what if you've ripped your entire DVD and Blu-ray collection? You won't be able to stream them remotely if you rely only on iTunes. So does Plex cost money? Because nothing is more appealing than free. Plex offers all of its basic home use services free of charge. You can use Plex with your new Apple TV for free, but if you want to access your Plex library from outside your home network, you will need the Plex Pass subscription. At the current time, it runs $4.99 a month, $39.99 a year, or a lifetime for $149. So what's the downside? Plex requires some setup to get working, but that's why you're here, right? So I can walk you through it step by step, making this as painless as possible. The only real downside I see to Plex is the transcoding process. Earlier I mentioned it supported more file types. Well, yes, this is true. It really comes down to the device you're viewing it on. Apple TV still doesn't like the MKV format, so it'll essentially have to transcode on the fly to tailor to your specific device, in this case the Apple TV. Where's the limitation in that, you ask? Well, simply put, your computer where you are hosting the library has to do all of the work. The more powerful your computer is, the faster everything transcodes. Now that we have covered the what and the why, let's dive right into the how. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to the Plex website, plex.tv. At the top of the website, click Sign Up and create a free account. After creating your account and confirming it in your email, click the Downloads button at the top of the website. Download and install the Plex Media Server application. Make sure it's for the computer and not the NAS. If you want to install it on a network-attached storage device, you're probably tech-savvy enough to not even need this guide. On a PC, just run through the installer prompts. On a Mac, it will download the application to your download folder. Just go in and move it from the download folder into your applications folder. From here, let's go over some prep work to make the rest of this cake. This is the most important part for having Plex do the rest of the work for you. We need to set up the folder structure containing everything we want in Plex. For example, I'm using an external hard drive plugged into my computer to host all of my media. Wherever you decide to centralize your library is fine. In that location, create 3 folders, one called Movies, one called TV Shows, and the last one called Music. Movies are placed inside the Movies folder and need to be named like this. TV shows need to go into the TV show folder, but inside that folder, create a folder with the name of the show. The name of each episode should be as follows. Your TV show structure should now look like this. Music has a similar structure. The music folder should have a folder inside of it with the artist and album name, and each of the tracks inside of that. Each track should be named like this. And here's what a completed example looks like. Now open up the Plex software on your computer. It will automatically open a web browser window. Agree to the terms of service. The first screen may say it found a server. If not, don't worry. Here you can rename what you want to call it. I'm just going to call mine Mac. Hit Next. Now hit Add Library. Select your library. In this case, I'm going to specify movies, TV shows, and music. So I click Movies. I can call it something different if I choose to. Maybe you have a library specifically for home videos. This is where you can differentiate between them and your other movies. Hit Next. In the next screen, you tell Plex where the library is located. Click Browse for Media folder and navigate to the location of your folder. In this case, I'm going to navigate to my Movies folder, then hit Add, then Add Library. It now scans and reads the files inside that folder, then starts the meta-scraping process, which, if you named your movies right, should automatically fetch the artwork and movie information. Repeat the process for TV shows and music. And that's pretty much all there is on the computer side of the setup. Now let's head over to the Apple TV and do the final step. If you haven't already, download the Plex app from the App Store. Open the Plex app on your Apple TV, and it will instruct you to go to plex.tv/link to input your pairing code. So, back on your computer, open your web browser, and go to the site. Log in with your Plex account if you aren't already logged in, and input the code from the Apple TV. You should get a "You're all set" message, and your Apple TV screen will update in just a moment. And that's all there is to it. By signing in and inputting your pairing code, your Apple TV signs in automatically. Remember, Plex on the Apple TV relies on your computer hosting the Plex library to be powered on and on the same network. If you ever sit down to watch something and Plex won't connect to your personal media server, go check to make sure your computer isn't hibernating or powered off. And that's all there is to setting up a basic home Plex media server. Plex offers many more options that we didn't cover today. If you have questions or would like us to do a quick how-to, leave it in the comment section. I really hope you found this video to be helpful, and I tried my best to make it as simple as possible. If you have any feedback, I would love to hear it. I'm always looking for ways to better the videos I bring to YouTube. This has been Marcus with Topic Tech. Thanks for watching.